For the final time on the USA Network, Monday Night Raw comes to you live from Houston, Texas. 31 years. The longest running weekly televised show in at least American history. The reign is over. The run is done. 31 years. 2 hours, 3 hours. I think at one point it was 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. What a run. What a run for Monday Night Raw. And lots of memories. Lots of childhood memories. Adult memories. It's crazy when you think about how much Monday Night Raw has played a part in not just my childhood, but yours as well. It truly is. And this gets thrown around way too much, but I truly believe this is the end of an era. The end of an era, Monday Night Raw. I think when it comes to tonight's episode in particular, it's going to be the tale of two experiences. I'm pretty sure if everybody watched the episode on television, they will most likely have a different experience than what it was for me. For me, this is just my personal opinion, for me, the show was excellent. Being there in the live crowd, feeling the energy, being in the chants, being in the heat, being there to watch great matches and watch the crowd react, watch the wrestlers feed into the crowd, manipulate, work the crowd. That's a whole new experience than just sitting at home watching it on television. Also, it does help that no commercial breaks. Although there were breaks, there really wasn't for us. And I think what makes WWE's show different from AEW's and other shows, it's an experience. Like, there is no room for, how do I put this, dead air. There's no dead air when you're there live. Because even though you get a commercial break, there's always something going on. There's always something to grab your attention. I love that during the breaks, they had something going on. I forgot what it was called, but they had Vic Joseph interviewing wrestlers during the break, and then you saw him interview New Day and Braun Breaker, and that's something AEW could learn from. Like, take advantage of the experience, if that makes sense. It's an experience all around. And so, I'm going to have a different opinion than how you'll have it. So I'm curious to know, and be honest with me, like, what was this show like watching it at home? Watching it at home, what was the show like for you? Real talk. Like, explain to me, give me your grades, give me your scores, 1 through 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Because I thought the show was excellent. Just to kind of go through what the show was like in my mind. I haven't looked at anybody else's thoughts. I haven't watched anybody else's stream, right? Matter of fact, I'm letting my phone charge before I pull it out to go through the show, like, regularly, because we are going to do a regular review. The New Day was hated in Houston. The heat the New Day got, that was real heat. That is legit real heat. And I knew they had real heat based off of where the storyline was going and how well that Big E segment came across. I didn't realize how real it was until I was in it. They hated New Day, and they loved hating New Day. And Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston did an excellent job feeding off that heat. I don't know. I thought that heat to me was one of those things where I go, see, this is how you do it. These are legit heels. These are legit villains. These are the kind of people that you pay to see get their asses whooped. And that to me is what matters. That to me is what takes precedence over anything else. And I feel like having them, of course, confront Jey Uso, and then I love the fact that we didn't let them talk, and then they just left. And Jey Uso getting beat up by Drew got a lot of heat as well. Like, all of that was just great. And so they made it fun for the crowd on that instance. I thought, in terms of the women's matches, Dakota Kai and Zoey Stark, good match. Lyra Valkyria versus IYO SKY was excellent. That match kicked so much ass. And it really opened my eyes just a little bit more to Lyra Valkyria being, of course, a future champion. And it's looking like, based off of the way they're booking her, she's gonna be the next IC champ. I'm still holding out hope that they go with Dakota Kai. That's who I think should be the next IC champ. And they really teased that it was gonna be IYO SKY and Dakota Kai. So much so that even I bought it. I was like, you know, this feels like IYO SKY versus Dakota Kai. So when they went with Lyra Valkyria, the swerve worked. It really took me back. I'm like, oh, okay. Good swerve, Triple H, because I was into the idea of IYO SKY versus Dakota Kai. It is one of those things where they teased it so much, I should have seen the swerve coming. Does that make sense? You can tell me that this is going to happen to the point where, all right, maybe we're not going to get it. Now, I do want it, though. I do eventually want to see Dakota Kai versus IYO SKY. But I do agree that, all right, maybe we shouldn't do it here. So, Lyra Valkyria won the match. The match was fantastic, by the way. Crowd was really into it. And I think right now, looking at the competitors, Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai, right? I want Dakota Kai. I feel like WWE wants Lyra Valkyria. I don't know what it is about Lyra, but I've always kind of had this feeling that she was a chosen one. You know, she was one of the chosen picks that Triple H plus company has been trying to push for a while, but they're waiting on the right opportunity to do so. And I like Lyra. I think inside the ring, especially after seeing it tonight, she's one of the best performers they have. And she's a rookie. So that really goes to show you what her ceiling is. She's a rookie, y'all. And the way she's been performing inside the ring, imagine when she figures it out. And I think someone like Lyra Valkyria is going to have to go through some changes here and there. She might even have to turn heel. Because I saw a little bit of that heel character, that heel persona while she was wrestling. And I went, you know, that's the direction they can take her in. Lyra Valkyria as a heel, I think she would work very well as a heel, by the way. But my biggest issue with Lyra is her character work. I think she's awesome as an in-ring performer. I've always thought she was good as an in-ring performer. I saw it on NXT. Her personality is what's missing. So once she gets that down, oh my God, give her all the championships. I see why they want to push her. You see the diamond in the rough with Lyra. My biggest issue is, don't you think we're pushing her just a tad bit too hard too soon? I don't mind her getting close. Like, if they have her fight Dakota Kai and lose, just like they had her fight Nia Jax and lose, that's fine. That's actually a story. The more I think about that, you can tell that story where Lyra gets this close. Almost won Queen of the Ring. Almost wins the IC championship. Just missed it. Maybe we get to the Royal Rumble where it's like she almost wins the Royal Rumble. Just missed it. Tell that story where she's at the finish line, but she just missed it. And I would use that as a platform, as a reason to turn her heel. That's what I would be focusing on. My goal would be as of right now in 2025 to get her a character. Because once she has a character that she can sink her teeth into that fits who she is, I think she's going to blow up. I see the future. I see the potential in Lyra. It's a bit too soon. I still think the best choice right now, I'm going to stick to it. I think the best choice is Dakota Kai. But I don't know. It feels like corporate wants to give her the title, as in Lyra Valkyria. And I'm fine with that. It is what it is. What everyone's talking about, because I did see this on social media, is that ending segment. Everyone's saying the segment of the night was CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I loved it. The live experience there was incredible. Angry CM Punk is the best CM Punk. Say it with me. Angry CM Punk is the best CM Punk. And we got a little bit of that angry CM Punk tonight. Seth Rollins mentioning AEW was unexpected. I like it. I'm happy that we didn't outright say AEW, but we're acknowledging AEW. I don't know how I feel about him saying we crushed the competition, although it's true, but it's also one of those things where it's like, well, AEW took themselves out, honestly, right? You know, AEW basically killed themselves, but it works with the narrative that CM Punk left WWE. He went to the competition to try to kill WWE, and now he's back to leech off of the glory. And what made that ending segment work is that both men have a leg to stand on. Both of them have merit to what they said. There is no heel baby face here. Either one could be the heel, either one could be the baby face. Because even in the crowd, you could sense that people were actually rocking with what Seth was saying about CM Punk, that he's a cancer, that he has to be cut out, that he's gonna kill WWE like he killed AEW, you know what I mean? But then there were people who were rocking with CM Punk. When CM Punk said, you know what, Seth? Yes, I loved working with WWE, but I hated the boss, and he loved you. And he called him a corporate suit. I went, yeah, that's true. There was a point in time where Seth did kind of feel like a Vince McMahon favorite. And he was being pushed when fans did not want him to be pushed. I remember that. Both of them have a stake at being the babyface in this feud, but quite frankly, there are no face and heels here. It's just too many hate each other. And I'm hoping, and this is just my opinion, I'm hoping that this main event's next week. I know. Why would you main event over Roman Reigns? I know, it's crazy to even imagine anyone main eventing over Roman Reigns. How dare I? Like CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell couldn't even main event over Roman and Cody versus the Bloodline when it should have, right? So no, I wouldn't be surprised if Punk and Seth do not main event next week. I'm pretty sure Roman versus Solo Tribal Combat, right, will close the show. If The Rock is going to be there, then you know, shit, forget about it. Nothing's closing the show except for The Rock. But man, I hope it's the main event. I seriously mean that. I truly, sincerely hope the main event is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. It should be. But we'll see. People are saying it's confirmed to be the main event. I hope so. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. They say it's going to be the main event, but would it really be? I have a feeling that they're going to go with Roman. Especially if The Rock shows up. Listen, maybe right now it's scheduled to be the main event. But if let's just say they don't know if The Rock's showing up next week. If The Rock shows up and he decides, okay, I'm coming in, you know what's closing the show. So we'll see. I hope I'm right. I hope you're right that it is CM Punk closing the show. Please, for the love of God, because they deserve it. But card is subject to change. Card is always subject to change. Now, let's talk about this a little bit more because I want to go in depth before I get to this Raw review, and I allow my phone to charge. Right now, I feel like this feud is gonna go to WrestleMania. Right? I think there's enough heat here to carry it throughout, at least throughout WrestleMania season. They could carry this all year, honestly. If they really, really wanted to, there's enough heat here to carry it through the entire year. But I feel like what they're doing here is to set up WrestleMania. If we're going to set up WrestleMania, Rollins and CM Punk. Because I thought about this. I'm like, do you have a winner here? Because I was thinking they do what they did with Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. It's a match that everyone's been wanting to see. I would think for their first match, no contest. The fight is so brutal. They hate each other so much that they can't pick a winner. And so you do a no contest. And then you continue to build that heat, right? And then we can have them be in Chamber. We can have them be in Chamber. Because I don't know who you guys have picking to win Rumble this year. Right now, as of right now, I'm feeling John Cena wins it. I'm feeling a John Cena Rumble victory. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, that's fine with me. But right now, I'm feeling a John Cena Rumble victory. Which means if John Cena fights Cody Rhodes, which is what I think is going to happen, then that means the Raw Championship, the Raw World Heavyweight Championship, is open. And so maybe we have Seth Rollins. Beat CM Punk here, and then he goes on to fight Gunther for the World Championship. And then he beats Gunther for the World Championship. And then we revisit Punk and Seth for the world title. Something to think about. I don't know. But for their first match, I wouldn't have a winner. If I had to have a winner, I guess you can give it to Seth. Yeah, if you have to have someone win, Seth makes the most sense. But I wouldn't even think about the match even coming to a finish. Just have them kill each other and then stop the match. And yeah, the more I think about it, if it ends in a no contest, if it ends in a no contest, that makes me think it might not close the show. Because the more I think about it, crap. If it closes the show, there has to be a winner. Yeah, I guess Seth. I think Seth wins it. Give Seth that heat. He might. Someone actually said it before I did. Seth should win by cheating. So we turn Seth heel, which is what they've been teasing. They've been teasing a Seth Rollins heel turn. And that feels like the direction they want to go in. Turn Seth heel. Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not against a Seth Rollins heel turn. But I would personally end it with a no contest. That's what I would do. Definitely something we can look forward to. So this is going to be a very relaxed review. I am going to go through all the segments. I'm not necessarily going to be breaking it down because honestly I'm tired, y'all. I am spent. Beyond spent. And so now I want to talk about what happened, but ultimately I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your views, and you tell me how the show came across. All right, like when I get to the segment, just be like, okay, yeah, this is how we felt about it, and I'll tell you how I felt about it, and then we'll compare. So, thank you all for being here. I understand this is a lot. It's later than usual, but not too much later. You know, I usually like going on before all the other big podcasts, so everybody catches me before they go watch JD and Solid Monster. I already knew that, crap, I'm coming in much later, so there's probably not going to be that big of an audience. But no, people are here. people are showing up, people are interacting with each other, and I do appreciate that. I'm gonna see what I can do going into 2025 to get my numbers up. I'm not too sure what settings I have or what I'm not doing in terms of growing my channel. I don't know what the algorithm is like currently for others, but I kind of feel like, and this is just me being transparent with you, I kind of feel like my channel is either I'm not doing something right with the title or the thumbnail, but somehow my channel is getting lost in the shuffle. And I actually thought about bringing someone in, like an expert, to tell me what am I doing wrong, like what can I change. Is it just the timing of it? Is it just, I don't know, like, is it me? I actually thought, like, do people just not like me? I don't think that's the case at all. People tell me all the time that, you know, they always come and check me out, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like I don't know. I don't know what's missing from my channel, what I'm not doing right to get the numbers out or grow my channel. It's like every once in a while, it's crazy because it's like every once in a while I'll have a live stream or I do an upload and it gets like 10,000, tens of thousands of views. And I'm just like, okay, what did I do differently there than what I'm doing now? Is it the content? I thought about that too. Like, if I was to do live reactions, would I have more viewers? I could do live reactions, and that could actually get me more views. But that's... First off, that's A&B Convos' area. I'm not going to take anything away from them. But... I don't know. I can't figure it out. One way or another, we're going to figure out what's going on with these live streams, because I'm trying to grow this channel. Because I feel like we have a great audience. But I feel like somehow, some way, something's off. I can't figure it out. I might need an expert to come in and just kind of tell me, okay, change this, this, and this, and this, and this, and do this, and do that. But, complete transparency with you, it's like, I'm seeing the community around me growing, and there's something about me that's not catching it. Someone says probably a bad time slot. Maybe move my reviews to the next day. I could maybe do it sooner, maybe do it later. But see, that's not going to work either, because, you know, JD does TNT. So I would just be interfering with them. We'll see. We're going to try to see what we can do. But I'm going to be looking into that. There's nothing much I can do about what I can do about these live streams other than just simply come up here live and just talk about what we got. So anyways, thank y'all so much for joining me. For the people who did join me, as always, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things: join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a reviews, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkers. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. Can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt, hot off the press. Also get you an old school Gillespie t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So join the cause, expand the brand, right here, today, in Alyx's World. Once again, thank you to the lovely people over at Mint Mobile City for partnering with me on this live broadcast. If you are somebody that's looking for a sweet, sweet mobile plan, a sweet mobile deal, but as always, you think about them unlimited talks, unlimited texts, unlimited data plans, you have to pay an arm and a leg. Well, with Mint Mobile, they're going to help you out. Starting at $15 a month, you get a very affordable, very capable, very high-tech, high-quality mobile plan under, of course, Mint Mobile. Everything you could want. Unlimited. Everything. Now, if that's something you're interested in, then how's about we get a quick word from our partners before we get to some shout out.
This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody.
And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card.
So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalyx and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today.
Alright, thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. As always, show your love to the Mod Squad, Ultra, Shine Knight 7 Firestar Heart, Elias, Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Dog, Khalil does everything. Highway, Dylan, Danger, the My Father, Teflon Don, and of course, Big MGM. By the way, quick shout out to all of them. What a year. What a year it has been for everybody in the Mod Squad. They have done such a great job of maintaining a safe space for wrestling fans, and I am very grateful that they were able to be here for me during this period of time. I thought 2024 is one of the craziest years that I've seen in terms of growth. Like, for me, this might have been one of the fastest growing years I personally have had in a dog's age in a long ass time. And I don't know, I kind of feel like I have a lot to thank the Mod Squad for that, because I truly believe like what we're doing here is creating that safe space for fans like you. So I'm proud of what's going on here, and I'm gonna really look into what's going on with this viewership issue with these live streams, because I know we got a good crowd, man, and I'm very proud of what I put out here. And I see people in the live chat suggesting I talk about different topics, I do live reactions, and maybe that will get me views, and maybe that's what it is. Like, here's the thing, so because I am someone that talks about social media with other content creators, the reality is this: if you're not presenting something that's not in high demand, right, then you're not going to get a lot of viewers. I kind of feel like I can't even say like Raw reviews in general are not in high demand, because look at what's going on with JD and Solid Monster, right? They're doing great, their views are high. I'm trying to think, how do I want to explain this? maybe it's not the topic. Maybe the issue here is me. And I'll keep going back to me here. I'm someone that likes to play both sides. I like to play fair, give you an honest take. Unfortunately, in the wrestling YouTube space, and just wrestling in general on the internet, that doesn't draw. I don't think fair, honest commentary draws big numbers. I know if I came up here and I ranted and called WWE shit, and if I was gonna rant on AEW, I know I'm gonna get views for that, and I always do. Like, all of my uploads for AEW Dynamite over the last month or so, like my last rant on AEW did 10,000 views. You know what I mean? So I know the community. Most of the community is hungry to see me tear down something, to see me rant on something. And I think where I am currently in my life is, you know, I'm trying to be a happy dude. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to do things the right way. I'm trying to get money together. I'm trying to have good relationships and all that. I'm not trying to rant on shit for the sake of ranting on shit. So I already know, like, if I started ranting, that would probably more than likely get me more views. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell it like it is. You know what I mean? If I thought the show was good, I'm gonna say the show was good. If I thought the show sucked, I'll say the show sucked. So, we'll see. We will definitely see where that one goes. How do I put this? Well, thank y'all for sticking with me. All right, shout outs. Let's talk about shout outs here. Who we got here in the live stream? Joseph Winters, David Adams, Danny3110, Nate. Is it Amstutz? Nate Amstutz. Carlos Morenzo. Let me see here. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JB Snackin', 2 Live Cannon. Rickety, good to have you here, Rickety. Sergio says WWE is bad. We disagree. Chuck West. John Beal II. Good to have you here, sir. Keep going here. Aaron Teagle. Wayface Killer. Look at all these people. You guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all for being here. Joe Redondo. Jonathan Ayala. He says, it's tough to tear things down when you are trying to build things up. Yeah, I don't... Guys, I'm sorry. Like, that's not me anymore. Like, I remember being that dude. I remember being that dude that would deliberately find something to hate on because I knew it would get views. I can't do that no more, man. I'm grown up now. I'm grown up. I've mellowed out. And I think... I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that might be it right there. I think that might be why people are just like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the guy anymore. You know what I mean? But we'll definitely see. We poppin' like, oh my girls got real top like.
We'll be at Raw next week, hyped for the card.
Are you gonna be there live, Franklin? Hey, it's Franklin. Mr. Franklin Torres. Very excited about that. Very excited about that. And just a reminder, next Monday, which is the Raw Netflix premiere, the Super Chat Championship will be on the line. The World Super Chat Championship will be on the line. 3 Diglets will be defending that belt on Raw on Netflix because he will be at the Rumble. And instead of defending it at the Rumble, he will be defending it here, and then he'll defend it at Chamber. As for the Rumble, the International Championship will be on the line. So, just an update on that. Franklin Torres will apparently not be here to fight for the championship. He will be live. But Franklin already told 3 Diglets that he'll be coming for him at WrestleMania. So, I haven't forgot about that. That's going to be quite the show. But, yeah, we'll definitely get to what's happening here. Thank you for that donation, sir. I'm a little tired. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can get through this review really quickly because, like I said, I'm beat after a long week, very long week, and then of course tonight after Monday Night Raw, I gotta get my phone. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me get my phone really quickly. Matter of fact, here, y'all listen to some lovely music. Listen to lovely music while I get my phone really quickly. Alright, sorry about that. My phone is charged. And we are definitely going to do this Raw review really, really quickly. Because I am beat. And once again, like I'm very curious to know how you all felt about the show as I talk about my experience. So going in, I already knew the crowd was going to be big. I think, let me see what WrestleTix had. CM Punk said 15,000 live. I don't know if that was the actual number, because I did see a couple of empty seats. So let me actually see what WrestleTix. I wouldn't even say it was 15,000. It was definitely somewhere between 11 and 12,000. But let me see what the actual actually no. Okay, no, WrestleTix says it was, wow. Yeah, it was 14,000. And it was sold out. It was sold out. Maybe what happened was they bought the tickets, but they didn't show up. But yeah, it was definitely, because I was like, all right, well, I know it's around 11, 12, but according to this, I was like, never mind. It was a big crowd. I was wrong. I stand corrected. And people were saying it looked packed on TV, too. I'm like, all right. That's good. That's good. Did it come across like a live crowd? Because it was loud in there. So let me see here. They opened up with New Day, right? Yeah, says here. Commentary is hyping up tonight, and then the New Day come out and completely shut that off. So this segment was essentially New Day getting Dom heat. Now in the live arena, their live, it was deafening. The boos were so loud, and every time they tried to talk, you literally had trouble hearing them. Now on TV, you probably could hear them better, but I couldn't. Like, we drowned them out. They got that Dominic Mysterio heat. And then Jey Uso came out, and the crowd went nuts for Jey Uso, which is why I keep telling y'all that Jey Uso is the legit babyface of the year. That felt like a legit babyface of the year reaction that he got. The fans were going nuts over Jey. And, of course, New Day couldn't talk, and so Jey said New Day sucks and then they walk away. So you already know that that's going to be a future feud once this Bloodline Drew McIntyre storyline is over with. And that had my interest. I loved that. Jey confronting the New Day, you know that's going to be a feud down the line. And then, of course, you had Solo, Tama Tonga, and the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, who won Breakout Star of the Year. I love you, Solo! And they basically said, you know, since last week, that was the beginning of the end, and the Usos made a big mistake coming to the rescue of Roman Reigns, and they're coming for him. And then Drew McIntyre blindsides Jey and beats him up. Security comes out. Drew still makes his way back to the ring, hits him with the Claymore kick, and they set up Jey versus Drew next week. So Jey Uso will take on Drew McIntyre next week on the very loaded, very stacked Raw debut on Netflix. That's gonna be nuts. So that was good. Like, to me, the best part of that entire segment was the New Day. They could have kept the New Day out there, and we would have just had a great time booing them. I don't think I've been this invested in the New Day in a dog's age. Like, the last time I was this invested in New Day was when they first turned heel. Like, real talk. Since they first turned heel, I was that invested. Let me see here. Chad Gable versus Otis. Otis Dozovic. So, I don't know how this came across on TV, but the crowd was really into this match, as they should have been. And I thought the match overall was awesome. I thought Chad and Otis had exactly the kind of match I expected them to have. And my issue with this match when it was happening, and I'm seeing how the crowd's getting into it, and I'm seeing how Otis is getting the crowd behind them, and how Chad's getting the heat, and seeing American Made get involved, and Maxine, and all of them do their thing. I said to myself, I really, and this is just my opinion, I really feel like they should have put this on pay-per-view. If not like the Raw after net, the Raw debut on Netflix. That's where this match should have been. This should have been on a much bigger show. Not saying that we don't deserve to have it on this show. It was still a great match to watch, trust me. And I'm glad we got it. I'm glad I saw it live. I just feel like this has so much heat behind it. This had so much heat. I say that because I don't know if we're gonna get another match. I kind of feel like this was like this racked up whatever this version of the feud was. They might still continue it. We might get another match at WrestleMania. That's a possibility. But I feel like this was like a wrap up of all the things they've done this year. And to have Chad Gable literally make Otis tap out to a Kurt Angle styled ankle lock. The more they have Chad Gable play up the similarities to Kurt Angle, the more I start to think Chad Gable is going to be teaming with Kurt Angle in the future. I still want them to bring in Kurt Angle to manage American Made, which they should do. They better do it. At least once. But yeah, it's crazy to me that we didn't save this for a bigger show. At least Rumble. But we got it, and the match was great. And Chad Gable won. He won. He was the right person to win. He needed that victory. And I love that afterwards you saw Rey Mysterio talking to Otis backstage and letting him know you'll get your win back on him one day. So that lets me know, okay, there is a possibility that we'll see this match happen. Again, I don't see it happening anytime in the future, but if they want to make a WrestleMania feud out of it, I'm not going to say no. I'll get behind that. But I thought the match was great. So how did it come across on TV? Talk to me about that. People were saying it was the best match of Otis' career. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, Chris Benoit heat. Joseph Winters says New Day got more than Dom heat. They got Chris Benoit heat. So it came across very strong on TV then, if that was the case. Jesus Christ almighty. Let me see here. They did a video package for Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, who were not on tonight's show. I guess you want to save them for next week. I'm fine with that. I'm ready for this to be over with. Like, am I the only person that feels that way? Am I the only person that feels like Rhea and Liv have kind of overstayed their welcome, and I'm ready for them to be done with this? I'm kind of ready for them to move on, right? I'm ready for them to move on. I'm ready for them to move forward from this particular feud. Me personally, I love what they did during the summer. Everything with Dom cheating on Rhea with Liv, the speculation of how they were going to go about with that storyline, and Dom leveling up. I love how Steven Sandrich said during the end of the year wrestling awards, how Steven Sandrich literally described this as Dom leveling up, right? Dom leveled up, which I love. I love that. But I don't know. I just feel like after Dom left Rhea, they've kind of treaded water ever since. It just kind of hit a wall. And now I'm like, okay, Rhea needs to beat Liv. Liv needs to break up with Dom, and so we can get to that storyline. Because once Liv beats Rhea, Dom stops having value to Liv. And so then that turns into a whole new story. And I want to see where that one goes. Let me see what comes after this. R-Truth came out, and then he got beat up by Butch Peterson. That didn't get quite the reaction I was hoping it would get. It was kind of like, okay, that happened. Next up was Dakota Kai versus Zoey Stark. I thought this match was great. The crowd probably didn't think it was all that great. I didn't think the crowd was into it as much as I wanted them to be. But these two tore it up. I thought the match was really, really good. And I mean that. I thought it was really, really good. But that's just me. That's just how I felt. And I really enjoyed it. I'm very happy to say that Dakota Kai is going to the finals. I really hope she wins. I'm manifesting it. I want Dakota Kai to be the inaugural IC champion. I don't think she is. I have a feeling they're going to give it to Lyra Valkyria. And if they do, it's whatever. But man, I really, 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 really want Dakota Kai to win it. She deserves it. She probably won't, but what else can you say? Judgment Day. Judgment Day came out to new music, by the way. Judgment Day came out to new music, and I liked it. Let me guess, y'all didn't, right? Y'all hated it. Just admit it, you hate it. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. I know certain people say rap, hip-hop, anything that's not rock music doesn't belong in wrestling. I disagree. I think whatever song fits the character. That's my take. This fits. This fits. I thought the theme song actually worked for them. Would I have preferred The Other Side by Alter Bridge? 100%. I think The Other Side by Alter Bridge is an excellent song, but I don't know. I thought it was good. So they had Damian Priest and the War Raiders taking on Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, JD McDonough. Yeah, I'm kind of ready for Judgment Day to be done. Am I the only person that just kind of feels like this is just... I feel like we're just hitting a wall with Damian Priest, Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Judgment Day, and I'm just like, all right, can we do something different? Like, Damian Priest, it's especially seeing how over Damian Priest is. I knew he was over. Being there live gave me a sense of how over he is. I think Damian Priest is beyond this. I truly believe that this is beyond where he is right now, and I'm ready for Damian Priest to level up and go do something else. I would love to see Damian Priest feud with Drew McIntyre. Like that's who Drew should be feuding with right now. If you want to send Damian Priest after Braun Breaker, I would love to see that too. Like let's do something different with Damian Priest. But him and the War Raiders end up beating Judgment Day, and then Judgment Day attacks Damian Priest afterwards, post-match, and then they run them off. Yay. Nothing else to be said there. One of my favorite parts of the entire show. And it did get a good reaction from the crowd. The mysterious vignette, where they had the 0 and then the slash, and then it turned into a mask with eyes and a creepy smile. As soon as I saw that smile, I went, Seattle Miedo. Yeah. Yeah. Pentagon Jr. Penta S. Seattle Miedo, whatever you're calling him. Penta's coming in. Pentagon is coming in. And I'm excited. He's debuting on Raw. Unfortunately, he's going to be debuting with the LWO. Because Rey Mysterio's backstage talking to his crew. The New Day walks in. And the New Day challenges Rey Mysterio to a match. And then he's all like, I'll fight. We'll fight anybody on your crew in a tag match. But Rey Mysterio didn't name who was going to be on his crew. And so I know it's going to be Pentagon Jr. and Rey Mysterio versus the New Day. And Here's the only reason why I'm okay with this. Here's the only reason why I'm okay with this. I think this is setting up a heel turn. I think Pentagon, whether it's Pentagon Jr. or Pentagon Cerro Miedo, whatever, I don't know what they're going to call him. Whatever Penta is called, I think he's going to do the match. He's going to get a big babyface reaction, and then they're going to turn him heel immediately. I want Lucha Underground Penta. Give me Lucha Underground Penta. I think Pentagon Jr. should be a heel for a year. For a year, and then turn him babyface slowly over time. And then when Phoenix shows up, he can be a babyface in a tag team. But I think for right now, heel. Make him a heel. Go the Lucha Underground route. Lucha Underground Penta and Cerro Miedo was so fucking hot. And I would have Penta break Rey Mysterio's arm and make that a feud. WrestleMania feud. Let's go. Rey Mysterio versus Pentagon Jr. Do it. Do it. Penta and Cerro Miedo. For real. I think have Penta turn heel on Rey. And then we do that feud. That would be an excellent feud to do, by the way. That's just what I think. Louis Kaiser came out. Starts cutting a promo about how awesome he is, and then Sheamus came out and whipped his ass. He called out Braun Breaker, and we got excited. We were like, ooh, Braun Breaker. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then Sheamus walked out, and you're like, oh. I like Sheamus too, but you and I was like, But it is what it is. Match of the night. Match of the night goes to Lyra Valkyria versus IYO SKY. Now, I feel like A and B combo, it's good to have you here. You're right. Like, why is everyone turning on Rey? Well, that's exactly why I think he's being brought in, so we can turn on Rey Mysterio. You already know how this works. All right, so you're tag teaming with Rey. Okay, well, guess you gotta turn heel on him. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Well, let me see. Yeah, so Lyra Valkyria and IYO SKY, I thought, had easily match of the night. Might be one of the best female wrestling matches all year. All year. I thought it was interesting that, and I said this live I said, Lyra's getting a lot of offense. She felt like the heel in the match. And look, I'm not saying that she can't work as a heel. I personally think where Lyra is in her career, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? I would love to see her work as a heel. I think she would be great as a heel. Couldn't hurt. I think she would, and this is just how I feel, this is just my personal take. I feel like what's missing from Lyra is a character. Her turning heel would force her to find that character. Right? So her working heel against IYO SKY to me was like, ooh, that's just eye-opening. And I think, honestly, because I liked it so much, I think that's kind of why I'm leaning into her turning heel. But anyways, IYO was clearly the babyface in the match, and she tried to make a comeback. And the thing about this match was this. They teased the fuck out of IYO SKY versus Dakota Kai. They teased it so hard that I should have suspected that they were going to swerve us. Because that's a Triple H move. Tease, and then swerve you. And then make you wait. Right? That just seems like a Triple H move. So, for me, just how I feel. Lyra Valkyria beating IYO SKY clean, by the way, after everyone wanted IYO SKY to win, was a great eye-opener. And it made people go, okay, maybe she is becoming the new IC champ. And as of right now, that feels like what the WWE wants to do. It feels like they want to give this to Lyra. I think it's too soon. Right now, I think it's too soon. I like the story of Lyra coming up close, but just not winning it. I like the idea of, okay, she makes it to the finals, like with Queen of the Ring, and then doesn't win. Do that again with the IC title. She gets to the finals and just misses it. And then at the Royal Rumble, do the same thing with her at the Royal Rumble, where she's right at the finals, maybe fighting Charlotte Flair, and then Charlotte eliminates her. So she gets right there at the edge and then doesn't get it. and tell a story with that and turn her heel. I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like it's too soon. She's an excellent in-ring. Her in-ring performance for a rookie is excellent, but as a character, they're better off giving it to not IYO SKY. She lost. They're better off giving it to Dakota Kai. IYO SKY originally was the one I thought was going to win it. Although I wanted Dakota Kai the entire time, I was like, it's going to be IYO SKY, isn't it? And see, if it would have been IYO SKY, I wouldn't have bitched. I still can't bitch. Because I'm like, clearly Lyra Valkyria is the favorite. But you understand why they would go with IYO SKY. You get that. And no one would have objected to IYO SKY. Here, I'm just like, Dakota needs to win it, but I have a feeling it's going to be Lyra Valkyria. A little too much too soon, but we'll see what they do with that. And that is fireworks, if you hear that in the background. We're not quite there yet. I will be celebrating New Year's tomorrow night. But, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to the final segment. The final segment, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, the confrontation between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Seth got a big pop, a big reaction in Houston. And so did CM Punk. Both of them did. So Seth gets to the ring, gets on the microphone, hypes up his match against CM Punk next week, citing all the honorifics, all the great things about how great Raw was over the last 31 years. He says he'll be here the Monday after, and then the Monday after, and the Monday after, fighting in this ring because that's what he does. That's what I do. That's what I do. But if things don't go CM Punk's way, he's going to cry and whine and moan and take another 10 years off. And out walks CM Punk. This is when we get angry CM Punk, and I love angry CM Punk. CM Punk says, took his ball and went home. He says that is the most industry bootlicker cliche line he's ever heard. I love it. That was such a good line. Where'd you get that line from? Did Stone Cold Steve Austin take his ball and go home? He hasn't seen the man in these parts in some time. Did Becky Lynch take her ball and go home? Or is it just him? Yo! When he brought up Becky, I was like, uh-oh, yep, it's gotten real. And Punk continues, you want to say he turned his back and abandoned these people, but Seth just wants to cry because Punk abandoned him. Ooh. He was sick and tired and left, and Rollins stayed and ate it. Yeah, Punk was tired of working under Vince, and Rollins decided to be a corporate stooge. They both made their choices, and Punk has no regrets. None. He wants to talk about the last 10 months. How is Seth's neck? How's his knee? His insides? He saw what Bronson Reed did to him. He hit him with 6 tsunamis. Where's his pride? He didn't get a modicum of revenge, but Punk broke Bronson Reed's ankles. Yep, that is true. Seth professed best in the world and martyr, you're damn right. He came back to make money, and next week he's gonna make a mint. He's gonna make millions, making Seth the victim he wants to be. Little brother. Oh, it got real. And then Seth responded, saying, cut the little brother crap. His wife left to raise a kid, which is something he would never know about. I said, yo, because you know Punk and AJ have been trying to have a kid for a while. Oh, that cut deep. He said Stone Cold said it was the worst mistake he ever made. Punk left and he wanted this place to die. And the echoes of CM Punk chants. And then he got on his buddy's podcast and tore the place down before taking a big chunk of change to work for I love this. Taking a big chunk of change to work for the competition. And how did that work out for you? Yeah, an AEW mention. They actually said it. He says Punk stayed because that's how revolutions are made. Excuse me. I read that wrong. He says Rollins himself stayed because that's how revolutions are made. You stay in the trenches and fight. And when he takes those 10 months off, it'll be because Rollins made him take it off. Punk says he was the first through the wall, and he got bloodied for it, paving the way for guys like Rollins, which is true. Punk said he loved the place. He loved working in WWE, but he hated the guy in charge. But he loved Seth Rollins. Ooh, a Vince McMahon mention. Punk left and Rollins showed his true colors and stabbed Roman in the back, and now he dresses like an idiot. Yikes. He left because he had to, and he pulled those arrows out after a few years, and he came back because for 7 years they chanted his name. Next week, he's coming with a fistful of those arrows, and he's jamming them down Seth's corporate throat. And then Rollins had the final word. Rollins says he's never said this to his face, but Punk has become a cancer, and the only way to eliminate a cancer is to cut it out. Yeah. So he says, bring your fistful of arrows, and he'll bring his fistful of fire and his eyes of hate and rage, and he's gonna burn it down. Boom, doom, boom, boom, doom, doom, boom. And that's how we ended Raw. I thought the promo was fire. I thought the promo did its job. I am excited for Punk and Seth, and I'm sorry, I cannot see this ending. I cannot see this ending in a finish where one of them wins. I think it's gonna go to a no contest. I think this is a feud that's gonna span until WrestleMania, and it should. It's too hot. It's too hot, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Yeah, for me, I thought Raw was great. The live experience really made it feel a lot more special. But for real, give me your scores, give me your grades. What was the show like coming across on television? Was it a great show? Was it a ho-hum show? Was it a lame duck show? Let me know, because I thought the show was great going there live. So, talk to my baby. Talk to me, ladies and gentlemen. Also, quick shout out to the best reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Good to have you guys here. Yes, give me your scores, guys. Give me your scores. So, JB Snackin said it was a B+. Carlos Morenzo said it was a 9 out of 10. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dylan Danger gave it a 10 out of 10. Wow. Jordan Dunlop gave it a 10 out of 10. Right Hand Can gave it a 9 out of 10. My goodness. So it really was an awesome show. That's good. Dakota Kai came out. It seemed quiet. Yeah, the crowd was. A&B Combos asked this question. They said, how do you feel the crowd was when Dakota came out? It seemed quiet. It was quiet. And they weren't really into that match, but they were into IYO SKY and Lyra Valkyria for sure. A&B Combos gives it an 8.5. All right, B+. I like it. Will you be rooting for Punk or Seth? I'm rooting for both. I love them both. Rickety give it an 8 out of 10. Rickety gives it an 8 out of 10. Lauren Biz gives it a 7.5 tsunamis out of 10. Something was off about the show. That's interesting. Joseph Winters gives it an 8 out of 10. Okay, so yeah, it seems like across the board people like the show. That's good. And I guess ultimately that's what matters. If you like the show across the board, then that's what we'll talk about. The Punk and Rollins promo made me feel. I usually don't feel in a wrestling promo. Good. That's good. So it must have really come across really well. Try more sketchy comedy. Yeah, it's like when I do the comedy skits, it really does help. Like 10 years later, that stuff, I might do it again if it's in high demand. This made me think about getting Netflix. Oh yeah, Rickety, you should get Netflix. You better get Netflix to watch Raw next week. Shadow Star gives it a 9 out of 10. Y'all must have See, I want to go watch it live now, because I thought the show was awesome watching it live. I really thought the show was great. Ooh, super chat.
Hyped for the Mania build. Going to Vegas for Mania. The final Raw was great, and now we go full steam ahead for Rumble.
well, Raw after Netflix is first. But then, yeah, after that, it's full steam ahead for Raw. Thank you for the donation, Carlos. Thank you for that, sir. Really appreciate it. I was entertained by the show. That's all that matters. Yeah, it was a very entertaining show. Why did they wait 4 months to do Chad and Otis? I have no idea, my man. I have no idea, my man.
Happy New Year to y'all. I finally met CM Punk in person. He signed my Winged Eagle title and took a picture with him. Open mouth smile.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous, my man. I wish I can do that. Man, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure that was a great experience for you. Thank you for the donations, y'all. Thank you for tuning into the live stream last night as well, and thank you for continuing to support the channel. Kid Danger, hey Alyx. Hi Alyx. The information I have is Chris Benoit tragedy. I have police files where I got from YouTube's name Purple Sky 11. She did a better job than the cops with tragedy. What? What? I don't. What are you saying here, Kid Danger? That's a weird thing to say. Don't know what he's saying there. Purple Sky 11. She did a better job than the cops with tragedy. She read police files. So she talked about the Chris Benoit tragedy. I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on the dude or give him a hard time, but that's weird. Let's see here. Did you not see Jay walk through the crowd? I couldn't see him walk through the crowd because it was that hot. It was that crazy. Mike, go ahead and meet CM Punk in Vegas during Mania weekend. Shoot, I might join you. Yes, SmackDown is going to 3 hours on Friday, and Raw. See, okay. I don't think Raw next week is going to be 3 hours. I think Raw next week is going to be 3.5. Because the card is so stacked, I can see it going 3.5 hours. So expect that to be a long show. Let me see here. Injuries happen, it's the recovery time. Yeah, it's the recovery time that matters. I really hope and pray it's Dakota Kai's time. Man, I hope it's Dakota Kai's time too, JJ. I really hope it is. I really want her to win that championship. Slam Tackle TV, does Gunther not walk into Mania champion? With the way things are looking, probably not. Probably not. Cost from so well. First 90 minutes of Raw on Netflix is commercial free too. Now I have a question. Am I gonna be able to watch Raw with no commercials since I have the no ad option? Or is it one of those things where because it's live, they're gonna air commercials during the show? They're gonna air advertisements, which I think that defeats the purpose of having no ads. Just saying. So they're gonna have ads and commercials. That's lame. That's lame. Do I listen to the Stevie Richards podcast? Absolutely. Every day. I love Stevie Richards. A great mind for wrestling. Great mind for wrestling psychology. It's one of those things where I remember when Stevie Richards was working Right to Censor, and of course, he was working Dr. Stevie in TNA, and he was crazy Stevie Richards working with Victoria. He did the little things. Those little things about his character that really helped him stand out. I've always thought Stevie Richards was an excellent TV performer because he understood how to work babyface, how to work heel. And I'm sad that he never really got that shot as a legitimate performer. But he was always like great as a character. He's a great character worker. And he's not bad inside the ring either. He was just not known for what he did inside the ring. Could John Cena turn heel in 2025? You know what? We're going to have a discussion about that. We're going to wait. AB Combos and I will be doing a preview and predictions on the Royal Rumble. I'm probably going to do a video on it before then. I will say this. If there was ever a time to turn John Cena heel, it's in 2025. That's when you do it. If they're ever going to do it, 2025 is the year to do it. That's what I'm going to say about it. I have a lot to say. I have a lot more to say, but and we'll get into it. But to me, if they're ever going to do it, 2025 is the year to do it. All right, y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Let me go ahead and close this out. But let me just say this. 2024 was a great year for me. An excellent year of growth. I don't think, in terms of donations, in terms of overall revenue, this is probably the most profitable, the most profit I made on this channel all year. And it's all because of you. And I thank you for that. I want to do it again. Let's make 2025 even bigger. Of course, when you see me this upcoming week for Friday Night SmackDown, and then of course Raw after Netflix, is going to be a different look. I am going to change the music. We are going to change things up. It's going to be new, but better. And we'll see what we can do. I think probably starting next week, things are going to be different in terms of how the viewership is going to be. So I'm hoping that the numbers will improve Raw after Netflix and going forward. I'm going to see if I can do some research into how I can get my numbers up. But we're going to see what we can do. Other than that, I love you all so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And I'll see you in 2025. As always, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Take care of yourselves. And always know you are welcome right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Good night, everybody. Like the video. See you in 2025.
When you're